All right, let's answer your questions now. A little Q&A. Joe, to you first. We're doing PayPal. Robert in England says, thoughts on that, the payment sector with companies like Google jumping into banking? I
purchased PayPal in the wake of the October 23rd earnings. I like the 25% increase in total payment volume. Additionally, GoPay was an acquisition that I really thought was a strong one. That's a Chinese payment platform. So those two conditions were favorable ones. Reason I stepped into PayPal, I will say this. I will be somewhat impatient with this position. I'd like to see it begin to accelerate a little bit more than it has. And if it does not, I would take a look at Square.
You're getting impatient with a lot of names today.
I think, well,
right?
Candidly.
But you said that's not representative of your overall view of the market.
It's not, but I think it's good to question yourself specifically after earnings. It's good to, after earnings, look at the performance of stocks. How do they respond to earnings? I think that gives you a fair understanding of what's priced in, what's not priced in. Pete said something that was interesting before, where he said, I took money from here to put it into American Express. That's the question that I'm asking myself, because to your point, I'm favorable in the market.
Have you answered yourself yet?
If I'm going to come out of Disney, where can I find in communication services to put the money from Disney?
Okay, you ask yourself the question and then you slide over here and answer it? What's the answer?
I'm going to come out of Walmart. Where am I going to go? Where am I going to put the money?
Why are you asking me? You're asking yourself. What's the answer?
Well, you're asking me for my process.
Well, what's the answer?
The process for the viewer is very important. You have to find, if you're bullish on the market and you're going to take money out of a specific equity name or a sector, you have to know exactly where you're going to go with that money.
Okay, so what's the answer?
A lot of the answer has been in recent days for me. I've put money into Boeing.
Bing.
And I have to find some other opportunities behind that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
We made it.
Explaining the process.
We made it.
No, that
the
was
process
good.
is good.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're asking yourself a question, I expect yourself to answer it, right? I mean, it's just me.
The truth is, he doesn't need you. If he's asking himself and answering himself, what do you do?
Oh, that's true. I'm out of here. You guys can figure it out the rest of the way. All right, let's do John. Doc.
All right.
Annie in Texas, Mondelez, buy, sell, hold.
Mondelez, they beat and raised their last earnings, which was October 30th, I believe. We've had upside call buying, but this isn't one that moves real fast. I would hold on to it. I think it's pretty steady.
Okay, Steve Weiss, Gabe in North Carolina, Nvidia going higher or lower?
Look, the stocks had a great recovery after the last quarter, where it was better than the prior quarter where they missed. I think over time it's going to go higher. I don't look at it as particularly expensive. They got more than 30% earnings growth, and on a forward PE, it's at 30 times. So a one peg seems reasonable. I just think there's so much momentum in it that there's no cushion underneath. So I'd rather wait for a pullback. You always get one with this.
Well, earnings after the bell tonight.
Right.
So you may get that opportunity, or it might jump from you.
You'll still get
Take the risk. Okay. Pete, Max in London, Biotech. What names do you like?
I like the big cap names, Amgen, Biogen, obviously with the Alzheimer's drug possibly coming down the line or whatever. So that's why that stock has bounced the way it has up to the upside really strong. But I'm not in any of these names right now. The only name I'm in right now that's close would be, I'm not going to put Pfizer in there, but Merck. So I still stick with the big pharma names. But I do think there are some great names out there that trade at extremely cheap PE.
Okay. Finally, Brenda from Jay in New York City, FIS.
Yeah, this is a name we recently established a position in, and they bought WorldPay. No.
Fidelity National, my bad.
Fidelity National Information Services. So they recently bought WorldPay earlier this year. They just announced that the synergies are going to be a little bit better than they expected. The piece of the story we really like is that regional banks have underspent on technology, and they offer a lot of solutions to help them solve that problem. So we think it's going to be an area of future spending.
All right.